Hello and welcome. This is the newsroom for September 2nd, 2025. We're broadcasting to you on E1, Scar TV, NTN, and Tarsi TV in Bartica. And we also welcome viewers looking at us on social media. Dr. Muhammad Irfan Ali is projected to win his second term in office following general and regional elections held on Monday. Results from most election poll statements show that the PPP has won these elections. Results from the polls were posted online by the Guyana Elections Commission, GECOM. They show that Dr. Ali and the People's Progressive Party have won the majority of votes. In a message before GECOM announced the official results, President Ali urged Guyanese to celebrate our democratic values as we open another chapter in the development of our beautiful country. Over 372,000 people have voted in the elections, and of the votes cast, the PPP is projected to have secured a majority. This means that the PPP will make up the majority in the 65-seat legislature and form the next government. Significantly, the newsroom projects that the PPP will win Region 4, the country's largest electoral district. It is a district that the PPP has never won since Guyana gained independence in 1966. The statements of polls show that the PPP has won 8 of the country's 10 electoral districts. Those districts are districts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 9. The newcomer, We Invest in Nationhood, led by billionaire Azruddin Mohammed, who is sanctioned by the United States for bribery and corruption, has won the other 2 districts. The fortunes of Win will put it as the main opposition party likely dethroning the Aubrey Norton-led PNC. This election is widely seen as one of Guyana's most consequential in decades, coming at a pivotal moment in the country's economic history. Since offshore oil production began in 2019, Guyana has become one of the world's fastest growing economies. President Ali had played up the PPP's record of investing oil funds in public works, paving roads, building schools and hospitals, and even making university education free. Dr. Ali ran on a message of continuity and development, urging voters to let his party deliver a bright, prosperous future based on his experience and that of the PPP in office. The economy grew 5 times in the 5 years that Dr. Ali served his first term. For a breakdown of the regions and those that the PPP have won and the other party win, here is this video we prepared. You are watching the newsroom, and we will have more after the break on elections 2025. This is the newsroom for September 2nd, 2025. We're broadcasting from our studios in Georgetown. At the top of the broadcast, we reported that Dr. Irfan Ali and the PPP are projected to have won the 2025 general and regional elections. The PPP is expected to the votes cast on Monday. These are based on the statements of poll from the Ghana Elections Commission. By law, the Ghana Elections Commission is required to post all the statements of poll to its website, and it has done that with remarkable efficiency. At news time, most of the statements of poll have been posted to the GCOM website. From those statements of poll, we could have extracted the data and can project that indeed the PPP is on course to win this election. The PPP is in fact projected to win 8 of the 10 electoral districts, and those districts the PPP is projected to have won are Region 1, District 1 rather, District 2, District 3, District 4, District 5, District 6, and the newcomer, the We Invest in Nationhood party, led by the billionaire Azruddin Mohammed, who is sanctioned by the United States government for bribery and corruption, is projected to have won that region, Region 7, along with region number 10. The PPP is projected to have won the other 2 regions, Regions 8 and 9. We were discussing earlier in our broadcast that the remarkable story out of these elections is that the PPP has taken away Region 4 from the PNC-led APNU. This has never happened in the history of the PPP, so there is a lot to celebrate from that camp, of course, with the winning of these elections. Significantly also, we have seen the party of Azruddin Mohammed take over Region 10 from the PNC-led APNU. And so there's much shock in that camp about what has unfolded in these elections. The PNC will now no longer control any of the administrative regions in the country on the basis of the preliminary results that we have examined from the statements of poll posted online by the Guyana Elections Commission. Now, by virtue of the results in these elections, the PPP is projected to have won a majority in the National Assembly. You may know that the National Assembly is made up of 65 seats, and the party that wins the largest block of votes forms the government, and the PPP was looking to make good on its 33 seats in the National Assembly that it had the last time round, and it seems to have achieved that objection. The current projections that we have show that the PPP may have won about 36 seats in the National Assembly, which gives it a comfortable mandate to run the country almost unhindered. We have been projecting, as we said, that the PPP have won these elections, and over at Freedom House and other quarters in the PPP, there's obviously a celebratory mood as we await official declarations from the 10 electoral districts. We understand that those declarations are underway. For example, in Region 8, high up in the Pacaraima Mountains in Paramakatoy, the results for district number 8 have been declared, and the others are expected to come overnight and into tomorrow before an overall declaration is made by the Guyana Elections Commission. We can now hear from General Secretary of the PPP, Dr. Bara Jagdeo, on the projections thus far.
Well, I'm extremely pleased that the process is going well. The SOPs are on the website, so the entire country can view those and they can examine them and make their own determination as to the outcome of the elections. long before the formal process has been concluded. I've seen that many news entities have been doing so, including Newsroom, and I really appreciate that because they've been ensuring that the population is kept informed. As you can see from those SOPs, the People's Progressive Party has won the elections and with a huge majority, an increased majority over 2020. And so we're very happy about that. I've just met with a group of people who descended on Freedom House and our supporters, and I thank them for the work they did, and many others across the country, all 10 regions who worked very hard for this victory. They carried our message to the people of the country, and the voters responded kindly to that message. And I'm extremely grateful for the outcome and for the work that they did in this campaign. So
I want to focus on Region 4 because I know a lot of attention, a lot of groundwork, a lot of footwork was put into Region 4. Tell us about that.
Region 4, we did extremely well in Region 4. We got a huge amount of votes. We got about the same amount of votes as APNU and WIN combined. And it reflects a lot of the work that we did, house-to-house work we did in the communities. I'm so pleased that Georgetown responded to our message. If you look at North Georgetown, that's the 7 constituencies that comprise North Georgetown, from Sophia all the way to Kingston. We got the most votes as a single political party in North Georgetown, and we did extremely well also in South Georgetown. We did well on the East Bank, and we did well on the East Coast. And so it was a pleasing result. At the end of I don't know whether when you add the small parties, we'll be able to win the region outright, but we did extraordinarily well and significantly better than in 2020 in Region 4.
My final question to you, I understand a lot of happiness right now about your results overall, but I want to turn your attention to Region 10. We heard since the local government elections that you really wanted to get more support from that region. Is there any sort of upset right now about that?
So we did get more support, and we cut the net margin of the votes a bit. But in the region, there are some disappointments by some of the comrades who work there. But I would say to them, look at the overall result, and we have grown our votes in Region 10 too, like we did everywhere else. So I'm really happy with the results. There were lots of talk before the elections that we would lose outright in all of the Amerindian communities. In Region 1, we won Region 1 outright. We increased our votes in Region 9. We increased our votes, the share of the votes in Region 8. We'll hold our own in Region 7. So this talk of the PPP losing large numbers of its voters and us being a minority government was just idle talk, as we pointed out then, and also designed to scare people away from us. And they miscalculated, and the results are here now to show that the PPP is the largest political party in Guyana with an increased majority in Parliament. President Ali shall be the president for the next 5 years.
Thank you, Dr. Jagdeo.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
PPP General Secretary Dr. Jagdeo speaking there from Freedom House, obviously in a very happy mood after the results from Monday's elections were posted on the GCOM website. Statements of poll have been posted there, and we can project that the PPP has won the 2025 general and regional elections and will secure a very comfortable majority in the National Assembly, the PPP winning 8 of the country's electoral districts. Districts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, and 8 as well. And the We Invest in Nationhood Party of Azruddin Mohammed, projecting to win regions or electoral district 7 and 10. The big story from these results that we're seeing, like we have said before, is that the PPP was able to take Region 4 for the first time in its political history, and also that win, the newcomer, was able to take Region 10 away from the PNC-led APNU, causing much dismay for the PNC-led APNU, them having won none of the administrative regions, and also they will be taking a much reduced number of seats in the National Assembly to make way for the We Invest in Nationhood Party, which has performed very well in these elections for their very first time. We, of course, are looking forward to the declarations by the Guyana Elections Commission, and we will bring those to you once we get them, and we will continue to track developments towards an official declaration of the results in these elections and the eventual swearing in, of course, of Dr. Irfan Ali to serve his second term in office under the PPP. This is the Newsroom. I'm Neil Marks. Take care.